AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, ML, Machine Learning, and DS, Data Science. AI is primarily about making decisions. Machine learning is about pattern recognition in text, language, images, audio, and video. And data science is primarily about generating insights. We briefly introduced machine learning earlier when we discussed artificial intelligence and data science. Now, machine learning, we basically want to think about patterns. We want to think about relationships and the different types of relationships that we can have will extend to data, text, audio, language, images, and video. And really, when we say machine learning, we're building a model or a representation of reality. We want to understand how certain inputs lead to different outputs. Back in algebra, they would say we have a function, and we have x's, a independent variable that would lead or impact the dependent variable based on the way that the x changes. So here we see a relationship, we see a plot. There are different x values that will generate a y value. Now what we want to do is to create a line that best fits this data. We want to understand this relationship. We can measure from each point to the line. Let's call each one of these measurements E or an error. So ultimately, we would want to add up the values or the distances of each one of these error values. Now, some of them will be positive, some of them will be negative. We want to tease that out, and one way to do that is either by squaring the sum values, or we could take the absolute value. But one way this would be called would be minimizing the sum of the squared errors, and voila, we would get our best fitting line. In algebra, we have a slope and an intercept, y equals mx plus b. This is also considered a linear regression, but in machine learning, instead of x and y, the only difference is that x is now the feature, y is the label. So instead of x's and y's, we have features and labels. And that's really a straight line from numbers, algebra, statistics to machine learning. It's really how do we connect the dots between x's and y's, inputs and outputs, using math, statistics, and other models.